members of the media, specifically as highlighted by the President, the bill is unconstitutional. The Supreme Court did not decide that Parliament should make law, good law, out of a bad law. The decision had two key matters for us to consider as Ugandans. One, that it is unconstitutional to present and hear matters to do with the civilians in a military court, because military courts are disciplinary committees of the military. So that was the key decision. Then the other decision, which was also unconstitutional, that they have no competence and jurisdiction to handle matters of court, which are supposed to be in a civilian court, where you have officers like judges trained and with competence to handle such issues. The decision of Lord Justice Owin Dolo, the Chief Justice, about transferring files which are in a military court to a civilian court and be handled there is what they call obiter. It is just a decision in passing. It is not the judicial finding. So Parliament cannot sit to make law out of a matter or a ruling or an observation in passing as if that is the basis for us to make law, and overturn bad laws into good law. Then we're also having a problem that, having highlighted that we are considering a bill which is unconstitutional, we want now to overturn a decision of a court which in itself is unconstitutional. So we have two unconstitutional issues: making bad law into a good law, offending the Constitution, because that will be against the rule of law and the foundation of the Constitution, the rights of individuals who are suppressed and persecuted in a military court, because now you want to clean it. So now they will be citing provisions of an act of Parliament which makes law as if it is law, when the foundation of the law, what they call the spirit or constitutionality of law, is in rule of law. The spirit, the rule of law, it is not touched, you cannot see it, but it is the foundation of law. And then the rights of an individual as enshrined in the Constitution and in their individual constitutional universal rights. That is a scientific explanation. So no Parliament has jurisdiction under the Constitution, which constitutes Parliament, to make law, though you have legislative powers, just because you have powers. I'll give a quick example. You cannot make law that Ugandans should not speak. You cannot make law that Ugandans should not eat or visit bathrooms, because that's their universal and inherent rights. So now what we are doing, actually, we are making law where we have no powers to make such law, because the powers under the Constitution must be guided with the rule of law and the enshrined rights of individuals. So what is happening in a general court martial, it is against that. Now no Parliament can make such a law. Then two, and also very important, which was really given to us, that these other observations cannot just be a basis. They are either administrative guidelines by those institutions. So you cannot now see to make law out of guidelines, because guidelines keep changing administratively. Again, that is scientific. And now we have a very big problem, and I thank the guidance of the working committee and our president, that at least now we are instructed, because for us now as members of Parliament, we are also not there. We are representatives of the people and our party. So our party has taken a decision. Thank you very much. I'll pass it on as a whip.
One people,
one Uganda.